Hello and welcome to the garden this beautiful Sunday, October day. And you may ask, why am I dressed like this? Well, I want to formally thank all of you who have watched my videos throughout the season. This is a new format for me. I am just keeping things casual. As I learn from the garden, we learn together. You as those who are watching, and the garden as well teaches us. So come along with me and I'll show you how I put things to rest and kind of how things are slowly going to sleep at the end of the season. Starting the tour at sunset. What I love about this time of year is as the leaves fall off, you can start to see the whole view of the river, and you really can't see it, but the river curves around here. I have some property down and then it keeps going that way. Not much really blooming right now. You can see over here my whimsical fairy garden. Fairies are going to sleep, at least the spring and summer ones. This beautiful Japanese maple, just love those colors. You can just, I don't know, I feel like you can bathe in those colors. I've added over 50 perennials, about that, lost maybe a dozen or so, but we'll see if their roots stay. Here's a little herb garden I created, going to sleep. This azalea, bright red, flowers in the spring and then it turns this burgundy. Nasturtiums kind of going to rest. So everything's just going to sleep. No more production. Peppers willy-nilly. Eggplants didn't like the frost we got, but we have this beautiful borage. I'm hoping, because fennel likes cold, that this fennel will hang on for later. Got some kale. They love the cold. And then the other thing that I'm really excited for is I'm growing some turnips really big to make jack-o'-lanterns, because they're original. Look at, that's the size of my hand, and that's the turnip. So I will hopefully be able to post a video on that. Tomatoes falling asleep. You can kind of see some of the stuff over here. Here's the view in the front of the property. Scary ghost. Very active place here. You can hear that airplane in the background. And then haunt you later. I really love over here. You can see by our dragon, you can see these castor beans. Beautiful flowers. They are poisonous, but so ornamental this time of year. And then going over, you can see some lavender. I got a second bloom out of the lavender. And I just love this giant pumpkin. And you can kind of see the garden in the background. Turning around. This does not look like much of anything. It has fallen asleep. But there is lots of vegetation for insects and birds. I tend to keep up all my perennials, like things like this mullein that dried. Probably not gonna like that a lot of seeds are around, but I like to have habitat for animals. The only rule that I stick to is I do take the iris leaves down eventually, because they do attract a moth that happens to lay eggs during the season, and then they go into little grubs in the soil, and those grubs in turn can eat the rhizomes of an iris. So I really love how this kind of just happened, and I'll probably not like myself, but the mullein, the millet, that's this right here, in the bird seed actually started to sprout, and that will be extra stuff for the birds. Then the last two areas are under construction, I don't know what I'm doing in this area yet, but I did plant a red and over here a yellow dogwood. So I'm hoping that will add some height in this area. And just love these whimsical decorations here. But mostly hostas. There were ferns, but I took those out. And I added some ornamental grasses. You can't really see them right now. And concluding in the back, you can see that sunset starting. Still these, I think they're like snowball hydrangeas, look beautiful. I planted a yellow yarrow back here, a French pussy willow, and beyond that, I planted a currant bush. So this area, hopefully will have, I like to plan 4 seasons. So spring, flowers, bulbs, there's hyacinths in here, tulip bulbs, and then I like summer stuff. So I had some delphiniums that bloomed, and then fall, the sedums, and then winter would be whatever structure is left for habitat for birds, insects, whatnot. And then I'll conclude it with just kind of, you see the river as we're going down the steps. And this is the time of year where I really get to enjoy the property down by the river and take walks with my doggy down here. I have probably about a ½ acre of land down by the river. So thank you for joining me on this tour today. And kind of just showing you Brown. Let's get back up to see that sunset. Much love. May your garden grow. And I'm concluding the tour of the Halloween lights. This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. And what I do for putting my vegetable beds to rest is I gather about a couple inches of leaves on each bed. And that does it well. And I usually, with the peppers and such, I'll chop and drop them. Tonight you can see your breath. It's getting colder, but we've been lucky. This pumpkin's just brings me the most joy. May you find love. May your garden rot or grow.